Hi, good afternoon. Are we on? Are we not on?
We're on again now.
Don't keep doing fingers to me. All this, are we on? Are we not? Are we not? You know what?
We're on.
People always said many moons ago I had a face for radio, and that's why I stuck to radio, I think. But welcome to Middleton Popstars Academy live stream. We've got a couple of people joining us today, telling us where they're up to and where they're at. So before they do that, without further ado, after the 29th of June, after next week, this week we've got a lot of planning to do, lots of stuff, because we've got a small pot of funding, and we're going to be joined by Mama's Bakes, and they're going to be baking some cheesecakes, some scones, and different things. They're going to be free, so you know they're going to be free. They're going to be handed out to the community for people, vulnerable people, families that maybe not been able to have a cake or a scone over the past few months. Any vulnerable people that you know, or that or you are vulnerable yourself. Anybody that can't get out and about and go to a cake shop. I mean, and let's face it, if you do manage to get to a cake shop and stand in the hour and a half queue, that's great. If you manage to get that custard tart, that's great and all. But anyways, we're going to be teaming up with Mama's Bakes, and they're going to be doing individual cheesecakes, scones, even tray bakes, cookies, all nice little goodies that probably we've all been missing, over the past few months. So contact me after this, put your name down, do a private message. Please don't, one thing I don't want you to do is put your name, your phone number, and anything like that on live feed, please. Nobody else needs to know. Nobody else needs to know where I'm going. I don't feel embarrassed or anything by it, because nobody knows. I don't report back your names and addresses to people. So if you need anything, just contact us. You can start contacting us by next Monday. We'll start taking names and everything, and then we'll give you a time spot where we're delivering. And we won't be like Tesco or Asda and give you 10 weeks time. It'll be within the same day or the next day. We'll give a day for the fresh bake. It has to be the day we give you, because for the obvious reasons, when she brings the fresh bakes, they're going to be handed out that day. So we'll sort that out nearer the time. Also today we've had a splashing time. I don't need the swimming pool to be open, because I've had a bit of a swim myself in the theatre. If you see my t-shirt's a little bit wet, still a little bit wet, because had a flood like everybody else. The theatre was swimmingly out of the back door. Luckily enough, my technical stuff has been saved, because we're clever enough to put stuff on. And I make sure when Jakob finishes today that is exactly what he's going to do with that cover. I can see it looking at me, and it better be on my technical stuff later. So yeah, the lads have been working really hard, climbing roofs and all sorts of stuff, climbing ladders myself, trying to sort out the water. We had a few little puddles on the top of the roof there. So hopefully we're nearly done it now anyway. But is it nearly done, lads? John? Is he there? Has he gone?
I must have gone putting the tarpaulin up.
Oh, he's gone putting more tarpaulin up. Well, tell him not to bother, because I'm buying some fresh stuff. This is old. It's too old. I don't want it to be wrong, so I'm going to get some fresh stuff.
Katie's on. She's there. She's just sat there in the background. I can see.
So,
creative boxes.
Yeah, I just was going to say that. Do you know what? When you've got a producer who thinks he's the boss, hello, he's not the boss, right? I've got creative boxes. They've been going so well. I've only got a few left, but if you've got children at home, from 5 to 18, there's some boxes for older people, older children as well, and there's family boxes. So if you've got a family at home or some young children that just want something to do, something different instead of looking at their iPad, we've been given some boxes from Cartwheel Arts, and we've got some here at Popstars. There is only a few boxes left, so if you do want them now on the live feed, please tell me on the live feed, and Jakob will get your name off the live feed, and we'll sort out with you after this, and we'll get you can even pop down now while we're on live feed. We don't mind. You can come down to Middleton Popstars at Morton Street in Middleton, and we'll pass you a box if you want to come on the live feed. We've got someone else out there that will give you a box from there. So that's what we've been doing this week, and giving out boxes and different things. So we've got Katie joining us today, I think. Have we?
Hi.
Hello, Katie. How is your project going now for Rocky Horror?
It's going quite well. We've had quite a few auditions. Auditions, whatever you want to call them. But we are still looking for a few male cast members because it's quite a male-heavy production.
You do know about Jakob, Andy, don't you? He's quite tall as well, you know.
No.
Get him in a corset.
No. See, no in the back. John, you're up.
Are you willing to wear fishnets, Jacob?
No.
He never liked him in the first place, so he must have been wearing them before.
I know.
Put yourself in it there. He said, I've never liked him in the first place. So, I don't want to know that. Really.
I don't want to know either.
So, you need a few male casts.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, we've got quite a few female, but there's still, it's still up for grabs if someone auditions and they're like. But there's still places to be dancers and stuff, yeah.
Yes, there's a few dancers here that are probably, you've got a couple of the older dancers here, but I think a couple of them are a little bit too young because they're not, I think one's 12, is she? Chloe Marshall?
Oh, I messaged Chloe, yeah, and she's too young.
Yeah, she's too young, and she's 12.
Kira messaged me.
All right, that's nice. And does she want to do it?
Yeah, she's going to be a dancer.
Oh, good.
She has to be a dancer, yeah.
What about Caitlin?
Caitlin hasn't messaged me, but she's more than welcome to.
Right. Yeah, she gets a bit shy behind the scenes till she's asked, doesn't she, really? We have some different characters here. I'm just trying to think which characters we've got that can fit the bill that are older. And I'll try and think. And you've got Jack. He's good in Rocky Horror. Who else was we got? I'll tell you who you've got as well for playing the older guy, Jeff.
Oh yeah, was he in Beauty and the Beast?
Yes.
And The Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Yeah.
He likes playing all sorts of parts. Jeff does. So yeah. I'll send him your email. He probably wouldn't have seen this because he's working, so he wouldn't have seen this, and then he wouldn't see your feed or your stuff because he's an older guy. Have you shared it with Jeff?
I've not sent it to him specifically. But
send it to him specifically for Katie. Because,
send it to anyone. Just get the word about.
Yeah, well, because sometimes they're not always on Facebook because they're older. They only go on now and again. So they'll miss the feed. So unless it's sent to them, they'll miss it. It's like somebody sent me a message today and said, "Did you not see the feed?" Well, if it's 3 days ago, I wouldn't know I haven't because I don't go on Facebook all day strolling. I'm sort of quite busy delivering boxes.
That's the retention business.
Oh, right. I see. So, just so you know, last night I was here on my own with no Jacob or John swimming in the theatre trying to clean up the water. So, where was you then? Justine, where was you then? Nowhere. Let's just concentrate on the Rocky Horror. Then Stevie might want to see if he can get some characters in it as well. So he's coming on in about 10 minutes, is he? He's coming on about 10 minutes, Stevie, and I'll ask him as well. So just keep putting it out. But I think the main thing is for the characters you might have now, is just to keep them up to date with the script and same for us, just to keep update with the script.
Yeah, I can send you the script through if you want. It's all finished.
Oh, good. Yeah, if you can
And
send the script through.
I've done all the spelling mistakes. I've fixed all them.
Oh, that's a good one. It's not. It's just because when you send the script, we can have a look at it, and then for us, we can see where the lighting needs to be or the sound needs to be, and it gives us an idea to start setting it up and looking at where everything has to be. Because even though it might not be till later, I know Stevie's put some dates forward for the first week in December for his, so I'm hoping by then the big turnaround. Hi, John. See, John's an actor. He might have some people to join Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
And you might even get tight.
You missed that, John.
Where have I gone?
Oh, you're there now.
Hang on.
Hang on.
Technology. Right, I'm here.
I can hear him twice. I can hear him.
No, I'm not an actor, no.
No, but I just said before when Katie came on, I said about Jacob, and Jacob said, I don't like them fishnet tights. I said, well, I didn't know you even wore them. I don't even know he was wearing it.
Leave me alone.
He's probably got one of these
You can try and get him in some stilettos as well.
Oh, yeah.
Get him in the sparkly heels.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he loves that. He's very tall. He's very tall as well. But I just said, John might know different actors that might want to jump onto the Rocky Horror because it's a very big
There's loads of them, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very popular with actors, especially the blokes.
Why do you think we're doing it?
Yeah, well, it's just a case of, I think what it is at the moment, she's got a few people interested, but I think what it is at the moment, the ones that, John will put the feeder out, and obviously we will, and Stevie will, I'm sure. But I think what the main thing is for us is, right now, people are just thinking it's never going to happen, aren't they? Do you know what I mean?
It's going to happen, yeah.
Yeah,
It
so
better happen after I spend that long writing the script.
Oh, it's not going to happen because they're just worried about it never opening again, and the people get very dramatic about it. But you know what?
How many times have we heard that?
We've heard it so many times because, like on Monday, you did it chicken and the zoos are open, and like before that, they wasn't being open until next January. So no one knows what's going to happen. But the theatres definitely will start treading the boards again without a doubt. And time you come back, Katie, we'll actually hopefully have no mess in the theatre because the lads, when you're walking around the theatre, it looks like a bomb's hit it with all their tools.
We haven't finished.
They haven't finished, so they're keeping the tools out. So,
okay.
But it's looking all right. Apart from the flood, and hopefully
maybe it'll be dry as well.
Yeah, but maybe it'll be dry by the time you come. So again, if anybody wants to join Katie's Rocky Horror Show, hopefully by later on this year she can start doing the rehearsals and get it up and running. Anybody wants to join, contact Katie, or you can contact Popstars at btinternet.com. I'll forward on your details to Katie. Katie's details are up. Are they up? Have we got some messages there? I can see messages there.
Okay.
I can. Here at the side.
Oh, that's Stevie.
Oh, see?
He's in at the bottom. Hang on a minute.
See?
Oh, there we go. We've got Stevie on as well. I don't know how long he's been sat there for.
Do you know what? You can't get the tech.
With no volume, with no audio. There we go.
Have you got audio?
I've got no audio though.
We can't hear you, Stevie. Can you hear us? Yeah, you can hear us.
We can get the microphone on in a second. Oh,
yeah?
Yeah.
We're just waiting for our technical guys.
Everybody else's microphones are on. I don't think it's our technical stuff.
Right. Are you?
It might just be an internet connection or something.
It might be your connection, Stevie. He's just putting his thumbs up. He's just trying.
I know. Oh. I think I'm getting volume. I'm getting audio from somewhere, but I don't think it's Stevie.
Oh, it's something. I could hear something then myself.
Oh, it's just gone off.
It might be just the internet.
Maybe.
Yeah.
See It seems like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is that better?
There we
Oh,
go.
yeah.
There we go.
You can hear me? Yay!
Just saying, Katie was just saying
Yay!
that. Oh, hello,
Is that-
Doggy. Hello, Stevie Doggy.
Oh,
No, it's cute, isn't it? Oh, it's only a little tiny thing, isn't he, Stevie?
He is tiny. He's barking at the postman or somebody.
Oh, God.
oh.
What is it? What make is it? What breed
He's a
is it?
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
Yeah, it's just a
I don't
Chihuahua.
know much about dogs at all. I don't know what you're laughing at. Are you laughing at me, because I don't know about dogs. Good tick. So Katie was just saying she's got a few people interested in the Rocky Horror. She's got a script done. She's up to speed with everything else. She's going to send it over.
Cool.
And I'm just saying that you're looking round about the first week in December for yours. So I'll
Yeah,
to you now.
we've got a date penciled, haven't we? We've got
Yeah.
a couple of dates penciled.
Is it 5th and 6th?
Yeah, so originally it was the new betting shop was going to be on the 5th and 6th of September, but obviously because the rehearsals were meant to be starting now, obviously that wouldn't have been able to happen. So 5th and 6th of December, fingers crossed, because apparently Cineworld is apparently opening, I think, next month. I think I've put a date somewhere for that, actually. It's the Cineworld. I know it's not quite a theatre, but it gives me hope that we might be on the right way.
Yes.
I've written it down somewhere. Yeah. Cineworld set to reopen all cinemas in July. So it's a little bit of hope, isn't it?
Well, again, I'm on the same wavelength, and we're told the first week in July it could be that we'll be open for so many people, so many dancers, so many. So we'll have to sort of split the class sort of in 10s or 6s or whatever they're saying. Who knows? Because by the next week it'll be something different. So I mean, there's no continuity of what he's saying. So, but it's definitely going to start opening because I couldn't get through traffic yesterday, and then when the Evans opened, I thought, oh, I bet it's good to shop now. There wasn't one single person outside stood, so probably could have gone shopping yesterday in all that rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have got all the shopping and got. We went to to one of the places before it went too bad, and we went straight in. It was great because nobody wants to queue in the rain, so that's the only thing the rain was good for yesterday.
Oh God, we was in Stonyhurst yesterday, and we do you know the Lord of the Rings, obviously the Trow and all that. Yeah, Yorkshire, but we didn't realise Paul, who obviously I run Manchester Drama and New Life Theatre with. I was with him and his mum and stepfather. We were social distancing with them, but we thought we'd sort of do something nice for Father's Day, and obviously there's not a lot of people there. But we went on this trail, and we didn't realise it was going to be like 2 to 3 hours. And his mum started, bless her, she started having like a bit of a panic attack, and I had to like kind of be like, right, let's take a breath, and it started thundering, and she was like, we're under trees, and it started lightning. It's not funny. It weren't funny at the time, but it's funny now looking back. And she was laughing in the end. But we were honestly, it was like something from a horror movie. It was just like we thought we'd never get out. Honestly.
Honest to God, if you had seen me yesterday, I've been delivering creative parcels, and then the rain started. Oh my God, the Evans opened. I was taking the boxes, and they had the door open, ready to put the box in. Ran to the car, was rounded. Just got to my house. The alarm went off at Popstars saying flood. I had to run back. Evans have opened all the bloody floors. Was raining. I was there till late last night, taking all the bloody flood water up. Like you said, it wasn't funny at the time, but I can laugh at myself now.
Yeah. It's January that you can deal with it, isn't it? Sense of humour.
So we've sorted out the weather. So where we at now, Stevie, with yours? So it's 5th and 6th of December.
Yep.
Hopefully.
So because obviously, it's a little bit disappointing that it couldn't happen in September. I was trying to think of, to make up for it, what could be added maybe, or something special that might take it in a little new direction. So I'm looking for like an a cappella kind of musician that I would like to cast for. just it literally just for 2 songs, one at the beginning of Act 1 and one in the beginning of Act 2. That's my kind of where I want to go with that for now. So yeah, any musicians interested that are comfortable singing a cappella, maybe mic'd up, maybe not. I'll have to have a little think about that. Yeah, so kind of like a brave kind of musician.
Yeah, what did you say? Yeah, we've got some new vocal speakers at the minute, so yeah, they work good with a cappella though, so they're just being fitted in, so that would work nice for you because they'll give you a better sound. Again, I feel like they should be mic'd up when they're a cappella, only because I'm not saying some people wouldn't have a right strong voice, and they have, but the mic is easy on a cappella for people who sing it, because Babalola can sing a cappella. He's a soul singer. He's really, really good. But I always prefer, because I don't know, it just delivers it better than standing on the stage just with no. The stage is mic'd up, and they could stand under the mics there.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think if they're singing, they do like to feel like a little bit important, don't they? So they like mic, don't they?
Yeah. I think all it was, I mean, I think I'd prefer them to be mic'd up and everything like that. I was just thinking of, I suppose, I mean, I know you guys are really technically equipped anyway, but I was thinking of bringing like them maybe through the audience, you know, kind of to the stage rather than on the stage. Maybe like come through the audience to open it up, kind of make it a little bit more interactive.
We've got vocal headsets for that, so you know they can walk all around the theatre with the vocal headsets on, and they are vocal. Just basically setting them to an a cappella song. So for that, John and Jakob will be able to sort that out. John's on
sound on that there.
I can hear him now because he keeps turning it off. You know, our technical guy is turning us all off. So you're thinking of an a cappella. What sort of music is a cappella? What genre?
I mean, it can be anything really. I mean, you can sing to no music at all. But I think it's going to sound a bit cliche, but I think what I'm kind of looking for or looking at is a little bit like do you know Pink Floyd, Money? Yes. At the beginning, you got that kind of the sound of Money, then you got like a little beat coming in, and then you got obviously the voice coming in. I think I don't want to be too cliche with that, but that's the kind of idea, maybe something like that happening.
Well,
so like the actors
it's got to go with your. It's got to fit in the theme of your play.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, know, and I think it will add kind of like a new exciting element to it, like the kind of you know, I think before I was concentrating kind of on the play and everything else, I was thinking now let's think about also that experience as well. What can we add to it that might be quite surprising but still fit into it? So as long as it's true to the piece, I'm kind of happy to get a little bit more creative with it, especially now I've got the time to as well, because you know it's not one in this lockdown, it gets you thinking about things, doesn't it? And it's it makes things more exciting, especially like, you know, rather than just keeping to the script and then being creative and trying to do as much as you can. It's now like I'm kind of excited about now going, right, okay, well the script's there, what can we add to it, what can we bring to it? And I feel like this a cappella thing will be a nice element to it.
Yeah, I agree, because I think like sometimes people have a narrator, but I think, and that's good, but and I like that if the narrating's done right, it's lovely to hear the narrator, and if the lighting's right and everything's right, the narrator's good. But I always love, when I've been to a plays before, I love hearing a beautiful voice instead of the narrator, and singing a song that actually then leads you into the first part of the play.
I mean, I know she's one of yours anyway, Kat Rawlin. You know, she sang, didn't she, for us in Sarah, sorry, and Rachel actually. Yeah, so she sang in Sarah, and she's just got like a beautiful voice. So I've always liked bringing live singers in, and it's weird that you're talking about a narrator, because with the Betting Shop, the original one, I've taken it out now, but there was a lot of you know, talking to the audience, a lot of narration really. You know, like the main actor was talking a lot to the audience, but I've taken that out now, so I'm trying to find other ways of kind of putting that back in, but a little bit more, maybe a bit more interesting maybe for me. Now that I've already done it.
More of a wow factor.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, And it's got a panto feel anyway. I mean, you've got like, I've tried to like with the kind of, it's like the machines come to life. So you've got like a little, like little characters coming in, like it's a bit like a panto kind of thing, like it's like the machines come to life rather than just talk about it or hear it. You kind of see it as well, and kind of brings that element to it.
Well,
and I like that.
I bet Kat would do that, because I think she'd love that, Kat, wouldn't she?
Who's that?
Kat.
Yeah, Kat would, or like an opportunity for somebody new to come into, either way. I mean, I love working with Kat, and she's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, if Kat's up for this, I've not actually spoke to her yet because it's only really literally like the last couple of days, probably walking around Stonyhurst, thinking more about it.
I think what we need to do. What we need to do is after this link, if you put out what you're looking for, and Katie again puts out what she's looking for, and we all share it. Basically, we can all share it. We can use the Instagram. We can use the Facebook. We can all share it. Tag the people we feel might be interested, because obviously for me, I've got vocalists, but again, I don't know whether they would. You just don't know, because like becoming December, some of my vocalists that do it for a living will probably be fully booked, because do you know what I mean? Like they've had no pay all this time. So when it comes to when they can go out and sing again, they're definitely going to be fully booked. I think anyway. So I think that for him, he's going to be like catching up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, and as well, I think I'm looking also for maybe something more raw as well. So it doesn't have to be like a kind of, someone who goes out to work with, someone that's kind of maybe a bit more raw and gritty as well. I'm not looking for like the perfect vocalist. I'm looking for something a bit more gritty, I think, and a bit more, I don't know. So maybe in terms of Kat, like Kat's a really good choice. I love Kat, but she's got a bloody good vocal range, and I'm still looking for a good vocal range, but maybe just like a bit more gritty. I don't know if that's the right wording.
Something that fits in the character of the betting shop.
Yeah, something a bit dirty. Like, a bit dusty.
You need
a bit rough around the edges.
You need the character to fit within the betting shop genre.
Definitely.
So
definitely.
Like, you don't really need somebody that's that good a vocalist that it outshines the betting shop. You want somebody that you could do with one of the gangsters. You could do with one of the rappers. You get Shelley Ward to do it for you. He'd fit right in with the betting shop. Sorry, Shelley, but you would. He's a rapper. But it's one of those that if he walked on, you'd understand it was the betting shop.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very like
being honest.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
This is where I feel like this is kind of exciting for me, because this is where like it's a bit more open and creative, like rather than kind of strict and going like this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. I'm kind of open to trying stuff here. Do you know what I mean?
Well, because I think sometimes if you close your mind to other possibilities, then it doesn't become endless. You need to be open all the time to suggestions. And if they don't work for you and you look at them, then they don't work for you. But when it doesn't work for you, you then think, wow, well, that's the first step of the ladder. Then I realised from that step I could have done this, or I could have done that, or I could have done this. It's only because even when it doesn't work for you, it gives you an idea, doesn't it?
I think there's too many of us. Yeah, I think there's too many people in the industry trying to just make everything so perfect. But I think you learn like this. I mean, I know some people will disagree with me on this, but the reason why I kind of like bringing Rachel back, Rachel travelled around a lot. I'd love to bring Rachel back, at the Bojangles as well one day. But it's a play that developed because I learned so much from each one, and working with different actors and stuff. It was just like a learning curve, and I really like that too. I really like going. I like not failing, I guess, but little things that you just think, oh, maybe 2 months later, or you think, oh, do you know what would work? And then it was nice going from when the play first came out, it wasn't well received. I'll be honest, it wasn't well received. But then, and I like that because it gave me more to work for. But when I got that 5-star review, and I don't like talking about reviews too much because really it's about the audience. But when I got that, it meant more to me because I felt like I worked for it rather than just getting it. Do you know what I mean? Where I think a lot of people
I think Katie and I know what you mean, because you'll start a dance, and Katie will start one bit of the dance, and then I'll do the other bit of the dance, and then we think, we sort of look at it, and then we think, oh no, well, what about if we do this, or what? Oh, do you know what? We should have done that.
Yep.
And we've done that before many times, haven't we, Katie? Really?
Yeah.
And then
When we can do the dance, then you decide you don't like it.
I know we have we the dance and thinking, it just sort of doesn't work. But then
Do you have your own kind of dance mums going on?
yeah. What it is, for me, I've always been the person that has allowed other people to be constructive, because if you don't learn, number one, and how do they learn? So when young people come to me from school to do work experience, they've shown, or the Princess Trust, like Katie, they've shown an interest in dance, and I've said, get a dance together. If you want to teach dance, get a dance together and come with 32 beats, or come with so many beats, and then I'll help you out from there. And I just think that if they learn themselves by actually doing it and getting up front and doing it, I just think it's the best way to learn. A piece of paper doesn't learn you that. It doesn't learn you that. You can't learn how to teach from a piece of paper. I love academic things, and I'm not knocking it, but you need to be practical when it comes to dancing, because you need to be able to do it. So
I think that's the other thing. I think what you're saying there is really interesting. It's a bit like this, what's going on in lockdown right now. It's like this Zoom thing. I love Zoom. Don't get me wrong. I think it's brilliant. But I really hope that people don't think that this is the way now. This is the way to teach. This is the way we can do it. Because you have to be in the room with that person.
Yes,
you have to be in that space.
Yeah.
You can work with Zoom. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm pretty sure that when we start doing rehearsals, I'll probably have some actors on Zoom now and then. But it can't be often. Do you know what I mean? It has to be just now and then, just to catch up a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
But I really,
it's a catch-up tool, as in media. Like, we're catching up now, and that's great. But let's face it, 3 people here talking. I know for a fact, from the bottom of my heart, I'd rather be in a room with you. I'd rather
absolutely.
I'd rather be saying, look at this part of the dance to Katie, and I'd rather be saying to you, I'd rather be saying to you, oh, get on the stage, go on, let's do this. When you're in person, how can you create through a screen?
I'd rather be in a room with you. I'd rather be in a room with you, because this little fella's just gassed.
And I'm glad I'm not in the room with you.
I'd rather be in a room with you.
On this exception, I'm glad I'm not in the room. But how can, like, for Katie now, she's doing a script. And she's done her script, and she's going to send it, and there's all sorts of stuff. But like for Katie now, perfectly, she'd rather be here teaching, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Now than just being able to talk, because but it won't be long, because I definitely know come the first week in August, I know that we're starting some sort of summer camp. And again, I'm thinking like maybe you can bring so many people in the day time. So from the morning time when we're here at 9, you could pick a time between 9 and 10 and have so many that you're going to teach, and then you could pick a time for rehearsal 11 till 12, and then you can pick so many for rehearsals. And what I think is a good plan right now is for both of you is to work on the bits that you need, and then get them actors to work so that if you've got 3 actors that are in a pit together, work on that and bring them in when you can physically bring them in, and then just work on that and get that right, and then work on the next bit and get that right. And then when it comes to a bit more social distancing relaxation, you'll all know so much that when you'll a bit like a jigsaw, won't it? Do you think?
I was looking at doing the rehearsal schedule type thing, so that we don't need every actor at every rehearsal. So you only need the people for that specific scene. So you can try and keep your numbers down as much as you can.
And that's what because if you can do that, and then once you've got to that part, we should be at that stage where there's a lot more social distance and relaxation, and then you'll all know your bits, and then when you're coming to do it together, at least all the scenes are done, and it's just a case of fitting it like the jigsaw puzzle that you've created, just putting the pieces together. And so
Yeah.
at least you've got something to start with instead of just sitting at home and saying, I can't do anything. I'm not that person, you know. I'm just not that person.
Yeah.
You know, I'm at home sticking my legs up to the backside and putting my arms out and thinking, oh, this needs to turn there and this needs to be turned there and that needs to be turned there. I'm forever thinking up creative moves. So you know what I mean?
And I suppose I think I'm similar. Obviously, I'm not a dancer, but I suppose it's similar. That's why I'm trying to think of things like for the betting shop, you know, that I can like add to things and bring new things in, because otherwise you just send yourself crazy. You need to be creative, don't you? But it gives you time as well. I think this is a lesson, because I think for me personally, I think this lockdown's a bit of a lesson really, because, you know, I love just doing shows and teaching acting and doing all these things. And I think it's a test, isn't it, right now? Yeah. But it's a test also to think, all right, well, you know, I'm not going to say it's not sent me a bit crazy, because it did. But I think what's nice now is to think, how can I constructively kind of work creatively without going nuts, without doing it? Do you know what I mean? So I think that's what this is giving me. Bojangles is giving me that, because now I know I've got a date in December. All right, I'm prepared that the pencil might have to get rubbed out to January if the lockdown doesn't get lifted more. Sorry. Yeah. So, but I think it's nice because it's like, you know, adding this musician element in, you know, this a cappella kind of element in. It's getting me excited again. You know, it's kind of keeping me busy, like my brain busy, and you know, and as long as it works, as long as it's true to the piece, I think why not? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I'm like you know.
Yeah, I just think when we're all working and being constructive, even if it's within a confined space, even if it's with, like you said, even if it's in your own flat, even if it's doing stuff like that, it doesn't matter, because what is the alternative to sit and do what? To sit and do what? To do some cleaning? Hello?
Yeah.
Do enough of that here. But telling there's only so much you can do there. No, I love being constructive. And I think even if you sat down and you're up on your laptop, you can look at new ways, look at new things. I mean, we found out so many different ways of doing stuff, and so many different, we can get this, or we can get that. I can go, I've got this, and apply for funds, let's see if we can get this. And the list becomes endless. And but you know what it also does? It keeps your mind creative. It keeps your mind from thinking that, you know, there's no future, because there is a future. And I think by the end of I think you will be fine by December, Stevie. I don't think that. I know for a fact a friend of mine, pub, is open on the 5th of July.
I just wish they gave the theatres a little bit more, like, I just wish the government just cared a bit more about the theatres, because the theatres can bring a lot of money, you know, in terms of like, they can bring a lot of tourism, a lot of money in, a lot of good stuff, and I think they're getting a bit like overlooked right now, you know. And I think
they're getting overlooked as well, and I think that I don't understand why they're overlooking them, because if they're opening restaurants and pubs
exactly,
and salons where you're going to be one-to-one with a hairdresser,
it doesn't make sense.
One with hairdressing. If you come to my bar, you're definitely 2 meters away, because I'm behind the bar. You're at the other side of the bar. Do you know what I mean? Yes, I know that we will still mix by passing each other and different stuff. But if we're all careful, we're sensible people, and if they're told at the door, please be mindful of the social distancing in place. If they're told all that, I'm sure that, you know, we're all sensible people, and we can all monitor it. You know what I mean? I just don't understand why it's always us.
Yeah, I think what they don't realise as well is how many people, like, you know, in terms of you guys as well, like with your youth stuff going on, and older people and people with mental health, how many lives it saves. Do you know what I mean? Like, it saves my life. I know it sounds a bit cliche, but it does. And I think like they need to understand this as well. Like, as long as we're all sensible, they can't just go, right, well, this can open, this cinema can open, but you're fit. You know, it's like it just seems mental to me. It just seems absolutely crazy. It just doesn't make much sense.
I know they are, but I know for what's the cinema that's on? Cineworld.
Not open yet.
Yeah, you're saying then.
Cineworld, July.
Cineworld, and also there is all the pubs, clubs, hairdressers open on the 5th of July. So when they come, we should follow suit, and I just think that'll follow suit. The schools are opening in September, so I'll tell you straight right now, come September, I'm not waiting for anybody more telling me no more. He'll get a letter off me, Boris. Never mind. He'll give me a letter. Because if the schools are open and everywhere else is open, don't think that I'm not opening, because he's forgot about the social distancing by then. Because if you're in schools and pubs, you can definitely come to my theatre. There's only seating 100. Do you know what I mean?
And the thing is, Annie, it's a bit like you can. I mean, you know, you can bring the numbers down. You know, like you can have less people in the shows. And I suppose why we got this time, I suppose maybe we could do more dates if it comes to that. Just to get people in, you know. And I'm sure a lot of people would enjoy that. But it's just changing the way, like everything at the moment. It's just changing the way we're kind of, you know, like we went to like a walk to York the other day. Obviously social distancing, and I remember seeing a mate. So I went to uni there a long time ago. And someone said hello to me, and my instinct was to go shake his hand, and I was like, oh no, I can't. But you just get used to that, don't you? So you just get used to in the theatre not being able for a little bit to sit next to your best friend that you're going with. You know what I mean? You'll just keep your distance and just enjoy that and just make the most of it and just enjoy the theatre itself. You just got to kind of change the way we think for a little bit.
I think as well, you've got like the thing is, we've got a seating plan now that comes from the seating plan that we work with, and they just say straight away they've sent us we've got the policies in place, and we've got the seating plan just changes automatically for the social distancing. It automatically prints itself off to a social distancing, believe it or not. So I don't think there'll be any problem with it. I've got something up on my screen.
Yeah, Natalie this afternoon, everyone.
Is she not coming on?
I don't think so. I think she's watching it on YouTube.
Oh, Natalie's watching us on YouTube, but she's not coming on.
There's a couple
Hi,
of people
Natalie.
on YouTube as well.
Hi, Natalie.
Comments them, we know who they are, because I can't see who they are at the moment.
There's some comments on mine, but I can't see them.
They're not comments, that's just me telling people to turn their headphones up. And
Oh, right, okay.
Sorry, I keep drinking. Yeah, I'm just starting off first today because of the big walk we did yesterday, and then I just woken up. I'm just making up for it.
Oh no,
Sorry.
I've got mine here.
You got yours.
Yeah, well, I normally got the Pepsi raspberry, but he's left it and got his self can and not got me nothing, and I'm choking here.
I promise this is water.
John.
I promise this is water and not vodka. Okay. I promise this is tea and not something else.
Oh, Natalie said she's not on because the kids are having dinner. So she can't, because, well, after yesterday, I don't think Natalie could come on anyway, because she showed me pictures of what's happening in her household, and she turned her back for 2 minutes, and her daughter had decided to paint the floor with purple. So and she didn't decide to just stop at the floor. I think it sort of come from the bathroom, the bedroom. So I think she had a bit of a clean-up job like me yesterday with the floods. Oh, look, guys. Oh, look.
Well, the thing is, if they're home so long, they're probably thinking, oh, you know what, I want to change the wallpaper myself. You know, the kids are getting fed up with it, you know.
They got bored with the colour. I think Natalie was well impressed yesterday, I tell you. I'm just having a quick drink, guys, because I was getting a bit thirsty. He's always saying,
it's my fault. It's psychological, isn't it? I've made you all thirsty now by talking about you thirsty. Sorry.
So, how many minutes have we got?
About 5.
About 5. So, Katie's still looking for a few more people for the Rocky Horror. Hopefully, we can get a date for Katie's as soon as she's ready to go, and we can get started with social distancing and opening the theatre. Come on, Boris, get your blonde stuff up. Let's get sorted.
Come on, sort this out.
And then, Stevie, I think you'll be all right for the December one, because there's no way that it won't happen if they're opening schools in September. Because, really, before the rain yesterday, the traffic getting into Hayward to pick up the creative boxes for people, it must have took me 20 minutes to get through the traffic on one road.
I went to Altrincham yesterday to pick up some more lights for the theatre.
Yeah. And it's just that it's so busy on the roads that we seem to be busier now than we did before the lockdown. It's just bumpers and nose everywhere I went. So we definitely
using the public transport.
No, I don't use public transport. No, what's that about?
You've been advised not to anyway.
Yeah. What he said, do you use public transport? I said, well, if I don't use public transport, what's that about?
That's probably a big man, isn't it?
Honest to God, have I been on a bus in my lifetime?
Probably.
I'll tell you what, I've been on a coach once with Babalola. We had to get on a night coach because the train had gone the time he'd finished with his auditions. It was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. I don't travel on public transport. Now and again on a train, that's okay. I don't mind the train. As long as it's away from riffraff who feel like it's okay to start fighting and doing stuff when I'm on a train. Take your shit somewhere else. I'm just trying to get to London. You know what I mean? It's always when I get on a train, somebody wants to fight and like.
Really? I think the thing is, normally, you know what? Normally, it's like most people that go on these trains are fine. It's just normally one or two just ruin it for everyone else, isn't it? It's not normally like, but when it's a fight, it can be pretty bad, can't it?
Yeah, just fight the way on the train, like just on my way to London, lads. I didn't want a sideshow. I'm not interested in a sideshow. Just want to relax. But it's just like you try not to get involved, but it's so hard when it's sort of leaning.
Do you know what? You brought back a bad memory actually for me, right? Because I was on a bus once, just minding my own business with music on, just sitting there. Someone just came and punched me, ran off the bloody bus like a coward. And I was just, at first I was in shock, but then it was like my headphone was broken. I was more worried about that. My ear was like really it's just, honestly, I know what you're saying. It's kind of like crazy. But I didn't do anything.
And
just listen to maybe he didn't like my headphones. Maybe he could hear a bit of music. He didn't like my music taste. I don't know.
I don't think they need a reason, Stevie. I don't think they need a reason. I just think some people are just very difficult to work with, and I don't think they need a reason because I've seen some of the videos that have been coming up on Facebook, and shame on some of these young people who feel it's all right to bully someone else and pick on one person, and then there's a gang around them, and they're battering one person. I mean, good God, where's your morals?
I think what I found really weak at the time as well was the fact that they did it. Well, he did it, ran off the bus, and the bus went. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, do you know what I mean? Not that I would want to fight him or anything, but it's just the fact that it's just so weak, isn't it? Just to do it anyway, but then just to run off the bus, let it close, and let the bus go. It's just crazy.
Yeah, and you're sat there thinking, what? Who? Why?
That's what
answers to your question because you've not even got a chance to speak to them or to retaliate or to say anything, but because they've gone. And what? I mean, I'm just glad I don't get on buses, to be quite honest with you. But I do believe that bus guards don't really get involved as well. So I don't know. I've been told along the way that people have been out on buses and bus guards don't get involved. And
I'm just scared. I don't want to scare people getting on public transport. That happened once, a long, long time ago. I've been on buses since, and it's not happened. So I just don't want to scare people who do get on buses.
No, but I think social distancing now is going to be changed on buses because I think everybody that gets on a bus apparently has to wear a mask, and if they're not wearing a mask, they can't get on public transport. So I think the people that cause a lot of problems who think it's okay to go out and say "yeah, man" and all the rest of the stuff that they do, at the end of the day, they won't probably want to get on buses with masks on. So they'll be probably saying to the bus guard, "I ain't wearing no mask." And if they cause trouble anyway, do you think that people are actually going to wear a mask? Probably not. So they probably won't get on them. So I think they probably won't be getting on buses, will they? So you probably
you go to a nightclub. You go to a nightclub and you've got security, haven't you? You've got bouncers at nightclubs. I don't understand is about public transport why there's not really more kind of security going on there. Because the bus drivers don't do much. They don't do anything, in fact, because and I mean, there's only one of them, to be fair, on them as well. So why is there not more support for them? Like why is there not more people looking out for this? I mean, there will be. I think when the buses start back properly, you're talking about face masks. I think there will be somebody checking more, but I think they should do that anyway, just to keep people a bit more safe, especially when you've got a downstairs and upstairs.
Yeah, I do. There used to be a bus guard on, didn't there? There used to be two of them before, didn't there? Yeah, but I think there's only one. I like I said, I haven't been on buses, so that's just me out. I can't comment really. I just haven't been on them. I'm travel sick, TV, so it's not because I'm a snob. So I have to drive. So I remember going to Manchester once and my car broke down, and I couldn't get anybody on the phone. It's always so slow when you can't get no one answers the phone. And by the time somebody answered the phone, I'd walk from Manchester back into Middleton. Do you know what I mean? Because I won't get on the bus. But it must have
Yeah,
taken me a while to walk from Manchester to Middleton, but I just about got to Sandy
You see
Lane.
one of them scooters.
Eh?
You see one of them scooters. You know, like,
Yeah.
don't want to in.
Oh, he's saying we should have got a scooter, a Lambretta. So I said, I don't mind a Lambretta. But it was an older car then, and I had a Triumph Spitfire, and the damn thing backfired on me, and I couldn't get it going. So I ended up walking home. But then I ended up all the way back in Manchester because somebody finally answered me call as I'd walked back, and picked me up and took me all the way back and fixed it and drove all the way home. So what a waste of bloody time that was. Anyway, never mind. Right, so Katie's still looking for a few people for Rocky Horror. Hopefully we'll be more on board. I think by the next few weeks, hopefully we'll have some more feedback off Boris. But I do feel that come July the 5th, I do feel the following week we will be allowed so many dancers or so many people in our dance and our theatre. So it's again working with people who want to use it, but learning the social distancing of them leading it. So instead of say Stevie bringing 20 people in for practice, then you probably can only bring 10, and same for Katie. Probably can only have one set of dancers for one dance, and then teach them that hour, and then the next hour teach another 6 or so. And it might be a bit more hard work for you both, and me included, but it's only while we get through this year, I think. And then I think things should hopefully, fingers crossed, we should spring back into action, and we should be New Year, new us. Hopefully there's not another thing come around the corner called bullshit. Who knows? I don't even know what's going to go on for next year, but I'm hoping there's no more diseases that's going to hit us next year or the year after, and I'm hoping this year is just going to go, and we're going to I read something somewhere saying that we get a little bit of a spike, which we've had, and then after that it vanishes, and we never hear of it again. So whether that's true or not, I don't know. But all being well, Stevie, yours is the first week in December. You're still looking for an acapella. We can put that out.
Yeah, and still a couple of actors as well.
And Katie, for you, let's use our social medias and see what you need, and then let's keep in touch and make sure that by the next few weeks we'll actually have some dates where you can come in and practice. Because I'll be open. And while you're both not in work or not in school, and school's definitely not back till September, so Katie, you've got the opportunity to work with kids between 14 and that. They're not going to be in school till September, so this is the great time to teach the dances to those that are not in school.
I think that the year 10s have gone back because they've got their exams next year.
Okay.
But apart from year 10s and year 12, I think, I don't know.
I'm not back in September.
Yeah,
year 12.
Jacob's 12. Jacob's year 12, and they're not back till September.
Well, I think because my friend's back in, I don't know what year she's in though.
Yeah. So let's be hopeful, and let's start thinking by the next few weeks we should be able to start meeting up in person, bringing a few people with you, going through dances, going through scripts, and hopefully keeping fingers crossed that we're at the end of it now, rather than starting at the beginning. At least we're near the end.
Yeah.
And it's light at the end of the tunnel for all of us, and hopefully you like the changes when you finally do come back.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Have you heard him calling my painting and my diamonds? Hello.